it's a threat in some way. I just think that there's room for all of us on the landscape, and like I said, people like Megan Rapino having the courage and the strength to do what she's doing for all of us. We're all standing right there with her.
All of our sponsors just happen to be women who run their own businesses, and in the case of Shelley Boy and Breen, she writes children's books that can help foster the right attitude towards sports and equality for kids, and that's kind of where it starts. Get them before they become an internet troll.
You're exactly right.
So go to ShelleyBeingTheSportsQueen.com /Talk North will get you, or enter the promo code Talk North. That will get you 20% off any book or any book package or any of the promotional items. Shelley herself will also autograph anything she sends out to you if you use the promo code Talk North. And of course, Shelley's always front row at all the Lynx games. She's just a great person, great supporter of the Lynx, but women's sports in general. But more so than that, just changing societal norms so people are better. It's like, it drives me so crazy. And the difficult thing is I can't tell how much is just that social media is perfect for people who want to say stupid things, and how much it's so hard to judge. Like, is the average person out there really like that, or is it just internet trolls? I don't know what the answer is.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think even if you look at through the years in your profession, Jim, the people that you work for that decide what you're going to cover, there have been men in those roles that would say the same things a troll would say. I think the easiest thing for someone to say that sits in that seat is, no one's watching. That's the easy, simple, uneducated narrative that we hear, and there's the internet troll for sure, but I think there's a lot behind that. Unfortunately, probably what about 38 to 40% of the population probably would have that view.
That's an interesting number. You pick 38 to 40%. I think that is I think that's where we are in society in so many ways. Anyway, back to Shelley Bean. ShelleyBeingTheSportsQueen.com. Promo code Talk North. You'll get a discount on her stuff. It's great stuff. It's about a little girl who's tough, who perseveres, who has a diverse set of friends, and who loves sports and loves the lessons that you get from toughing through sports. So Shelley Being the Sports Queen, thanks again to Shelley for sponsoring the program. So let's talk about just the trend your team is on. 4 home games. Everybody knew it was a crucial homestand. You win all 4. You win all 4 pretty impressively. How are you feeling about your team at this moment?
Great. I just told them before practice today that I congratulated them on this tremendous 4-game run, being at home. We knew it was going to be a pivotal part of our season, and they flew through that with flying colors and tackled the difficulty of the games, just the way we did it. I think the passion that we played with. When things got difficult, how we handled those moments. So I've seen us mature through the season, and I think we've gotten to this place now that we have a great understanding, of what's going to happen when, what it means in timeouts when we're, trying to get something done. We've just come so far, and have put ourselves in decent position here. We can only control what we can control. Winning those home games, put us in a good spot. And now we got to go on the road for 2 games, and we've been a fairly decent road team, and hopefully we're going to be difficult to play against in those 2 games, and see what happens there. And then obviously the people that we're competing against, a Chicago, a Seattle, a Phoenix, in terms of the standings, I think that's going to be really interesting all the way to the end.
And you beat Chicago with 0 bench points, which I don't think I've ever seen before, and then you beat Indiana with pretty dramatic bench contributions, including Lexi Brown.
Yeah, the bench was absolutely crucial to us. Obviously, still gotten early foul trouble, and so Fag Bentley was on the floor early. I thought she showed some maturity in that game. She took some things from practice that we were working on. I think was really locked into what she was trying to get done, and she was obviously good on offense as well. And then Lexi's stretch was really changed the game, and we were down a little bit. Lexi hits 2 threes that were absolutely crucial and got fouled on a 3-pointer. Had a tremendous pass in transition to Odyssey. So that stretch for her. And she defended. She defended really, really hard. That didn't necessarily happen in her first stint on the floor in the first half, but she was terrific in that second half. And, overall contributions from our bench were, really helped us get over the hump in that game.
Thanks to Cara Quinn, CaraQuinn. You can find her at Cara at brickandbanister.com. That's Bannister with one N. You can reach her at 612-203-7657. I wish I had known Cara when I was looking for a house. She can find houses that you might not find yourself. She can help with beautiful places, architecture. She knows the cities really well. She's lived here. She's also lived in Italy, so she has a real appreciation for beautiful homes. You can find her on Facebook, Zillow, and Instagram. But the easiest way to reach her, Cara at brickandbanister.com. And again, she knows the cities. She can help you find your home. She can also help you sell your home. Cara Quinn, Cara at brickandbanister.com. So you have 2 games left here, both road games, and I'm trying to think of a non-cliche way to ask the question, but I'm not sure I have one. How important are these 2 games?
Yeah. Well, it's important, obviously, like I said, to be in the driver's seat, in terms of the standings. That it's not an easy task to go on the road and win games. Both of these teams play well at home. They have great fan bases, at Phoenix, at LA. The good news is Seattle has to do the exact same thing. They'll be playing tonight in Phoenix, and they have to play LA, and then they finish at Dallas. So each of the, and the same thing for Chicago. So all the teams that are fighting for a spot all have road games left. And so it's the team that can find a way to win in a hostile environment. They will earn it. That's exactly what it'll be. When you win on the road, you will absolutely earn your playoff position. And may the best team. May the Lynx do this.
Sylvia Fowles was just saying that she basically took Monday off after the Sunday night game and just got a massage and just laid low. It is amazing how far we've come in sports, where in the old days, it was all. I mean, there was a time when Hall of Fame football coaches would not let their players drink water. Bear Bryant, when he coached at Texas A&M in 100-degree heat, 90-degree humidity, would not let his players drink water. That was considered a good thing. Now we've gotten to the point now where all the local teams are so much better at allowing their players to recover and understanding how important rest is. Some teams even look into sleep patterns and all that. So how far along are you guys as far as worrying about just player care?
Oh, it's always top of mind. That's where Chuck and the Mayo team come into play. That taking care of their bodies is the number one things that they need to be focused on. So the resources that we have here, so for someone like Sil, if she wanted treatment, if she wanted the cold tub, if she wanted sauna, that's all right here for her. Massage therapists that we bring in for them. I don't know where Sil got her massage. Sometimes you just want to get away, and that's part of the the recovery. It certainly is for me. I think for them that kind of space of being able to kind of really truly decompress. But hydration, that's big. That's something that Chuck talks about a lot. That making sure, and then he's more behind the scenes, and we get him smoothies, all that good stuff, and we know far more. The back when you and I played gym, that was not what was on their minds at all. But you have to in this day and age. For us, it's something that I don't think that every WNBA team has what we have in terms of the team behind the scenes and the resources behind the scenes that allow these players to be successful.
So your team has gotten much better at closing out games, playing better situationally in fourth quarters. Is that fresher legs, more depth? Is it awareness? Is it just a team getting used to each other?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of everything that you mentioned. I think probably the biggest factor has to be just familiarity with the team, with our rotation. Who's doing what when, what are the plays. We've gotten really, really settled into what we're doing after timeouts. Maybe in places that we were, we fell a little short in the earlier part of the season. Was coming out of a timeout and just being where you were supposed to be, let alone run the play. Just little things that were affecting whether you could win that possession or not. And we had if we would have been a little bit better at the end of the games, early in the season, we might be talking about fighting for fourth place. And so, but we're not, and that's not how it works. Every team, I guess, could say that. But I think what we're really proud of is just seeing the growth. Someone like Nafisa Collier in the fourth quarter before the All-Star break, what her numbers look like, and then what she is post All-Star break. phenomenal, to a huge jump, better than 20 points in the net rating. I think Sylvia Fowles, I think Danielle Odyssey, I think they're all just more used to doing what we're doing. We have looked at substitution patterns, of course. When you look at a fourth quarter, you look for all the reasons, of why, but ultimately, you could drive yourself crazy with that. Just execute what you're supposed to execute, and the fourth quarter takes care of itself. Let's
get a final thought from Cheryl. Thanks also to Bite Squad, which is a network-wide sponsor of TalkNorth.com. Use the promo code TalkNorth to get your first delivery fee waived. And if you're like me and you don't really love cooking, it's great to get restaurant-quality food delivered as if it just came out of the kitchen. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, ice cream, home, office, wherever you happen to be. Bite Squad, bitesquad.com, Bite Squad, the app. And thanks also to successfulmarketinggroup.com, Shelley Bean, the Sports Queen Sportsbooks, and Cara Quinn, your local realtor. Final thoughts, Cheryl.
I just want to give a huge shout out to our fan base. Lynx Nation, I don't tweet very much in the season, and I was moved to post a message about how terrific they have been, and just how loud the number of people and how loud and engaged that our fan base has been in this home stretch here. I know that they were thrilled with how we were playing, and I think to get behind the players the way that they did, it just was meaningful. The reward for our players to see our fans so passionate. This was a season that we needed our fans as we went through a bit of a transition with our roster. I just love that our fans were excited about the new faces. And couldn't wait to come see them. I remember their energy from the very beginning of the season. And so, as well as we played, and I know how excited our players were to tackle this 4-game homestand. And like I said, how pivotal it was in our season for all of it to come together and for Lynx Nation to be there and our players to play so great. It's magical, in Target Center when we get it going like that. And it was really special to be a part of, and I just so appreciate our fans.
Yeah, I was there for both the Tuesday and the Sunday game, and they were both a blast, and the crowd was very loud, very into it. I'll wrap up the show by reading a tweet from Rebecca Lobo. Without a doubt, Reeve is the executive of the year. This should have been a rebuild season for the Lynx. Instead, through trades, free agency, and the draft, she revamped her roster to compete now and in the future. And that's part of an online debate about whether you should be coach of the year and or executive of the year. And I just brought it up just to embarrass you.
I want Rookie of the Year and Most Improved Player. I want Nafisa Collier and Odyssey Sims.
Well, and you know what? I think your team will be bringing home some hardware when all that is said and done. And we'll talk more about that as we keep going because we do this every week. Good luck on the road, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks to everybody who listens to TalkNorth.com and the Cheryl Reeve Show.